Hey, all right, everybody, look, I've got another box. Right, okay, what's inside this box today? Well, you can see that it says ENGWE on the front of there, and it's the ENGWE EP2 3.0 Boost. So let's have a quick look what's inside the box, then get the bike by here. Right by here. So here's what it looks like when it's all in the box, all packed up. So let's get all the bits out of the box and we'll have a look what's in them boxes as well. Now we've got more boxes within the boxes. We've got a charger here. This is a fast charger, but not as fast as the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost. It says 54.6 volts there and 4.5 amps. In here is the stand and the steering stem. We've got the front mudguard. We got the seat and we got the rear rack. We got another box of bits here and we got the front wheel to put on. Let's have a quick look in here. We got the pedals. We got a little pump there. We got the front axle. We got some spanners. We got some spare bolts and whatnot and brake pads and the manual. So here it is, all put together. Now what did I have to do to put it all together? Well, the front wheel, front mudguard, front headlight, the stem part here and the handlebars had to be put on. The seat had to be put in. The pedals had to be put on. The rear rack here had to be put on. And the rear mudguard here, there's a bolt there that goes in at the top there. And then these little bits going down here had to be put on as well. And the side stand. So looking here at the wheels, the tyres and the brakes. The wheels 20 inches, the tyres 4 inches wide. They have got this new style, very durable, you know, sort of a better tread tyre on here. Very similar to the Engine Pro 3.0. And then down here we have 180mm discs and hydraulic brakes. Now, I recently did a review of the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost, which is very similar to this bike, but there are a few differences, so let's just go through them. Now, first of all, the colours. You can get this bike in two colours, so I'll put them by here, is this green and a black. The differences are the battery, the amp hours are slightly smaller in this battery. The maximum torque is a little bit less than the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost. Is 75 Newton meters in this one, and I believe is 95 Newton meters in the Engine Pro 3.0. The display is different. There's no like a little device by here that the app connects to. It's got a bit of an alarm and stuff. That is not on here. Is there any other differences? If there's any other differences, I'll try and go through them. Oh, the one big difference as well, I should say, is there's no rear suspension. So the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost does have rear suspension as well. So there is a few differences, but we'll see what it's like on the open road a little bit later on. So we have got a front light there, which is nice and bright. That's a good front headlight. And at the back here, we have got a rear tail light. Now, it hasn't got a brake-operated tail light. It just sort of senses when you're slowing down, and the brake light will come on when you slow down rapidly. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimetres or 1.78 metres. Now, very nice, upright, comfortable position. The handlebars are not too far away. I've got this on number 6 by here. There is a little bit more adjustment. It can go higher, it can go lower. And there's plenty of adjustment in the seat, so it should suit a lot of different people's heights and sizes. Now, looking up here on the handlebars, 7-speed Shimano hydraulic brakes. You've got your nice display there, slightly different to the Engine Pro 3.0 one. Then you've got your controls over here. You've got your information button, on-off button, horn, super duper loud. You've got your plus and minus buttons there, look. And if you hold down the plus button, the light comes on. And if you hold on the minus button, you'll have your walk function. And you've got the boost button. Let's not forget the boost button down there. There we go. Let's turn the light off so you can see that. Turn the light off. Boost. Hey, hey. So looking down at the pedals there, you can see that it's got a torque sensor. And if we go over to here, we've got a nice big wide hub motor with 75 Newton meters of torque. So it should get up hills okay. And then the rear rack there says a maximum, I know that's back to front, but it says a maximum of 25 kilograms. So here we have the magnet of truth. So let's just see what the actual bike is made of. So we'll start up by here. That's aluminium, the handlebars, the stem, aluminium, the frame, aluminium, all the way along, aluminium. Down by there, that's steel there. The wheels, aluminium. They're plastic there, the mud guards. The pedal arms there, aluminium. The pedals itself, I think they're aluminium too. This bit by here, down here, the stand, aluminium. The rear rack there, that's aluminium as well. So it's mostly an all aluminium construction. There we go then. That was a look around the ENGWE EP2 3.0 Boost. Let's get this bike out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are, out on the open road. Now, we'll go round this roundabout. I'll just see how fast I can go with the boost button, and we'll go up to gear 5 or gear 6 or something like that with the boost button, and we'll see how fast we can go and how easy it is. Right, okay, here we go. I'll actually go up to gear 7, and it still gave me a little bit of a boost. Just 15.5, 16 miles per hour, but I'm actually going about 16.5 miles per hour, and that's me with my legs pedaling. So let's slow down a little bit and see if it comes back in. Yeah, it comes back in. So there we go. It is 15.5, maybe 16 miles an hour at a push that it cuts out at. Right, okay, a little bit further up by here, and we'll go up the hill. That car's waiting for me, is it? No, he's coming through. Okay. So the hill is just up here on the right. So we'll try the old hill test in a minute. Right, here we go. Up the hill. Now, this is the not so steep part of the hill. Now, somebody did say that they're not keen on the torque sensors because they feel like it's a little bit jerky, but it isn't jerky. It's just, if the torque you put on the axle isn't linear, if you know what I mean, then it will come in and come out, if you know what I mean. So if you keep pushing on the pedals, on the axle, then it'll give you the sort of the same amount of torque. But if you sort of pushing, then not pushing as much, then pushing as much, not pushing as much, it will be a little bit jerky. But that's to do with the way you're pushing on the pedals, not the actual bike itself, if you know what I mean. And I think sometimes it's all about getting used to a torque sensor and the difference between a torque sensor and a cadence sensor. Whereas a cadence sensor, you start pedaling your legs around and it usually gives you the full power. Now, there is the tunnel up by here, so I'll put the light on as we go through, just to see what the actual light is like. I know it's quite bright because it is the same as the ENGWE Engine Pro 3.0 Boost. So I'll put the headlight on now. I'll engage the old plus button. There's the headlight on. I don't know if I've got it pointing down or up in the right position yet. We'll find out when we go through here. So here we go into the darkness. Let's have a look what it's like. There we go. So can you see there, look? There we go, across there to there. That is a pretty good light. It is a good light. See it over there like that? It's a pretty bright light, so the light is good. Now, we're going to get to the steeper part by here any minute now. So, what are we in? Power level assist 5. Now, I'm trying to compare this to the Engine Pro, which has 95 Newton meters of torque, whereas this has 75 Newton meters of torque. So, let's press the boost button, see what that's like. Give me a boost, it does give you a boost. So, what am I in? Gear 3 there, is it? Still not steep yet. Once we get around this corner, it'll be steeper. Some people may look at this video, and I've said this many, many times, and think this hill isn't much of a hill. But it is a hill. It just looks like less of a hill on the camera. It's hard to say, it's hard to gauge how steep a hill is on a camera, but here we go. Right. So it is going up here quite easy. I've got level assist 5 and the boost button engaged and I'm in gear 3. We're doing 9 miles per hour, and I'm putting a very limited amount of push on the torque. Like I said, you've got to remember, it's a torque sensor, so it won't, flies keep going to my eyes. You've got to keep some pressure on the torque sensor. That's just the way the torque sensors work. So it's a very light amount of pressure, but it is quite easy. So we'll get up around this corner, and we'll stop at the cattle grid, and we'll just have a look at the bike, see how squishy the seat is. I'm stuttering a bit. I'm not missing the dual suspension, because the dual suspension was quite firm on the Engine Pro 3.0 boost. It was a firm suspension. So let's stop by here. We made it anyway. We made it easy peasy. Right, okay, there's the bike. There's the hill. There's the cattle grid. So here's the seat. I think the seat is exactly the same as the Engine Pro. Remember, there'll be a link for the Engine Pro 3.0 boost in the video down below. Very squishy seat, nice and comfortable. It is very, very squishy. There's my hand for size reference. And at the back here, I don't know if you can see that it is sprung as well, like most seats are. So the seat is very, very comfortable. Right, okay, so the next part of the hill by here is the steepest part. When we get near the top, I'll try the old walk function. Now let's try how many times I've got to turn the crank to get this bike going. So I'll put the boost button on as well, and we'll just press down and see what happens. Straight away, almost straight away. So there's no worries about starting on a hill, because it does go almost straight away. And I was in gear 3 there, so we'll put it down into gear, what we put it in, gear 2. We'll put it in gear 2, like that. Because it is a little bit steep at this part of the hill by here, but it is still really easy. It's a 48 volt battery, so it's hills are going to be easy. Now, can I notice the torque difference? It's really hard to notice the torque difference between this and the Engine Pro 3.0 boost. I got to give the full name, because there's an Engine Pro 2.0 and an Engine Pro 3.0 boost. So can I notice that maybe just a little bit? It's obviously going to be a slight difference, because they say there's more power in the Engine Pro, but it is still nice and easy. So here we go. I think that was the steepest part of the hill just then. Easy, lovely. And I gotta say, what a comfortable riding position. So we'll get a little bit further up by here, and we'll try the walk function. Right, okay, I'll pull over by here, and we'll try the walk function by here. So let's just pull over, get off the bike, like so. And we'll just press down the minus button there, like that. Do we get a little picture? Yeah, we get a little picture of a cyclist. Oh, it's going a bit fast. It's going a bit fast. So that's about 3. Actually, it'll go a little bit faster than 3 miles per hour. It's pulling me up the hill, so it's quite a strong walk function. Can I hold it back? Let's have a look. Look. Oh, can you see that there? Look. So I can't hold it back. It is, well, I can if I really try hard. So it's quite a strong walk function, and it's quite, I'd say, it's a very brisk, quite a fast walk function. So I wonder if, I said I can hold it back. Let's get on the bike. I don't think the walk function will be able to make me move. So let's just try it, right? Let's put the walk function on, like that. And there we go, look. Oh, wait a minute. So I'm sitting on the bike, look. And it is taking me up the hill. Ever so slowly. Look. That's the walk function. 2 miles an hour. 2.5 miles an hour. This is riveting stuff. So that's just me pressing the walk function, and it's actually taking me up the hill. Mind you, very, very slow. Hard to keep balanced at 2.5 miles per hour. 2.1 miles per hour actually, because this is even steeper part by here. If I go side to side like that, it'll go a bit faster then, will it? And then over that way like that. Almost 3 miles an hour when you go side to side. Anyway, let's get to the top of the hill. That's enough of me enjoying the walk function. Let's get to the top of the hill and we'll try the brake test. So we've got the, I think these are the same brakes as the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost. So we'll try these 180mm discs. So I got a feeling it's going to stop well. I haven't really bedded them in that well, but we'll try when we get up there. Let's put on level 5, let's press the boost button. Let's get to the top of the hill so we can turn around. And after I've done the brake test, we'll go down the hill as fast as I can, as fast as I dare, just to see what it's like. Oh, look at that, it's a bird of prey. What's that? Is that a kestrel or something? I'm not quite sure. A buzzard maybe? I'm not quite sure on my birds of prey. Quite close to me then he was. Right, here we go. Let's turn around. Right, we'll get up to about 15 miles per hour. Around about by here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, nice bit of a squeak on the end there then. Now, I should have gone a little bit further because I was still on a bit of a slope there, so it did take longer to stop. So let's just have a quick look, because that's quite a long skid there. Now, I was still on the hill. The flat bit there is in front of me. That's where I usually do the brake test. So, to be fair, let's just have a look at this a minute. Can you see there? It's still not far, but to be fair, I better do it on the flat bit, not the hilly bit. So let's just do that again. One more time. There's the mark on the floor. I gotta try and be consistent with these e-bikes. I can't. This is I was on the actual hill bit there then, even though it doesn't look like a hill on the camera. So let's turn around again and we'll try one more time. And we did have a bit of a squeak going on there, didn't we? So here we go, back down here. Let's get off this hilly bit by here and then get to the flatter bit by here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Just before it stops, it goes, oh! I think that's the, is that the, I don't know, that's the brakes, just the brakes are. Right, let's turn around and have a look. There we go, that's more reasonable, isn't it? So, is that going to stay there? Or is it going to turn? It's going to turn, point the wrong way. Come on, stay there. Stop messing about. I can't get the camera to stay in the right position. That's going to have to do with there. Right. So, let's walk to here, like that. There's the bike. There's the mark on the floor. There we are, like I'm standing. It does start right by there, look. And there's the bike. So, it stopped pretty well. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. So let's just go down the hill with gravity. So this is not illegal in any way. This is a country road, so it is it single track road 650 or something like that? Let's go, just let the car, it's not a car, it's a bike. Let's let the bike just roll down here. Make sure all my pockets are closed up. Right, 12 miles per hour, 13, 14, got a bit of a squeak going on, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, go on 28, 28.3 miles per hour. I got to slow down now because I'm coming to the corner. I can't see around the corner, so I have to slow down then. 28.3 miles per hour. Right, okay, make my way back down off the mountain. We go onto the main road by here. Then we'll go to a housing estate and back on to the mountain, but it's off-road, if you know what I mean. Right, let's go this way. There is another big hill up by here as well, so we'll give that a try in a minute. There's a car coming behind me. Right, okay, in front of me by here is a big, huge hill. So let's give it a bash. I'm in gear 2 at the moment. Level assist 5. Boost gauged, engaged. I might have to go into gear 1 because it is quite steep. Let's try it, let's go into gear 1. There we go, we're getting up here, it's okay. It's quite a steep hill, but we've made it. So it has got a nice bit of torque. It has got a nice bit of torque. Right, okay, let's go onto this path by here, and this will take me back up onto the mountain. Sort of an off-road sort of track, so let's get down the end of here. It does go sort of proper off-road in a second, once we get past this gate by here. A couple of rabbit come running across the field there then, the path. Right, here we go, through the gate. Bit of off-roading. Boost engaged, see if I can get up here. Like that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, that is. The thing with the torque sensor is, I mean, there's a bit of a debate between a torque sensor and a cadence sensor, but you have got a little bit more control with the torque sensor. So let's get to the end of this path and then go turn right. Now it's a bit steep by here, so I don't know if this bike can make it up here, but we'll try. Up this way, up here. Let's hope we don't lose traction, like so. And then round the corner. Oh, it's not too bad actually. Hey, that's all right. Hey! It's getting up the mountain, look. So that's not bad at all. Now, like I said, I am pushing on the crank. Not massively. The bike is doing most of the work. But we've made it up here. Let's might as well stop and enjoy the view. Let's get off and enjoy the view for a second. Like that. I can see some of the yellow and oranges starting to happen with the autumn weather. Nice time of the year. It is a nice time of the year when you see the oranges and the yellows on the trees. But we just came up that hill there and the bike made it up here okay. So let's get onto this track up by here. Right, okay. Well, it is a little bit muddy down by here, but it's not too bad. I can get across here. There was a big puddle here last time. But it's not too bad this time. Let's get through this gate by here. We'll have to go and open the gate, I suppose. Right, I'm going to go through this gate, down to another gate, and we'll do a little bit of a downhill off-road thing, just to see what the brakes are going down there and see what the bike is like going down that little bit. But there, anyway, and before we do that, let's have a quick look at the battery, because I didn't show you the battery, taking it in and out of the bike, and the actual amp hours. So let's have a quick look at that. So, with these new ENGWE models, the battery is much easier to take out. It used to be in the frame there, which was a bit of a pain to take out, but on these ones here, you do come with 2 keys here. Pop the key in like that, give it a bit of a turn, and the battery just pops out. As easy as that. Now, on the back of the battery here, I will show you if it focuses like that. I can't read it now, but it says 48 volts, 13.5 amp hours. There we go. Hope that focuses on there. Now, to put it back in, there is a little sort of locating thing on the bottom there. So you slide it in like that. There is a little receiver down there. Pop it in down there like that. So it goes in at the bottom and just give it a bit of a click and it's back in, and it's easy as that. Right, okay, it's a bit bumpy along here. That was the battery, so let's get down by here. Keep going along this path by here. Now it might look on the camera that it's nice and smooth, but it isn't. It's quite bumpy. So I'll take it easy along here. These bikes don't mind a little bit of off-roading. You're not supposed to do big jumps and stuff on them, but they don't mind a little bit of stuff like this. They're perfectly capable of doing this sort of stuff at a low speed. So let's carry on down here until we get to the other gate. Oh, we've got a bit of a situation by here. Let's go up over there like that. There we go. Whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, blimey. A lot of rocks and stuff in the way then. Right, here we are, another gate. Lovely. Right, okay, here we go. We're gonna have to go down this big hill by here now. So let's get round this corner by here. There's quite a lot of debris and stuff on the the path I should say. So what's these brakes like? These brakes are very, very good. And let's just stop quickly. Yeah, it stops lovely. These tyres sort of seem to be sort of a compromise between sort of a little bit of soft roading and on-roading, if you know what I mean. So they seem to be sort of good on both aspects. But it seems to give you plenty of grip on this loose dirt and stuff by here. Everything seems to be all right, except for my camera, which is tilting further and further that way. Let's stand up and see what it's like coming down the hill. It's all right. There we go. Made it to the bottom. Right. Let's head this way. And I think I'll make my way back. Okay then, there we go. That's my review of the ENGWE EP2 3.0 Boost. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, give it a hype, give it a comment, give it a subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!